Hey everyone, another video coming your way today, all about the New York Marathon and my training in the build up to it. So we're now on the 19th of September, which is like I'm classifying this as week 10 of my training. The last video I did was week 7 and I showed you my long run and my nutrition prep. So if you're interested in that, go and take a look at that. And I've also done a video since about which would have been week 9 of training, which was when we were in Italy in Sorrento. So if you're going to Italy or if you're going to Sorrento, it's an opportunity to see like how we trained and where we went. There was limited places to train, but it just goes to show that you can train whilst away, and that was the best sort of training that I've had, being away on holiday and still being able to train for a marathon. So I'm just going to do a quick video on like sort of the last 2.5 weeks, and obviously what I've coming into the weekend, just because I haven't really filmed anything specifically about these weeks. So I just thought I'd tell you about them, what I've been learning over the last few weeks, and how we're going to progress into the last 6 weeks of the plan. So if we look at what would have been week 8, I did my normal sort of like Monday, like an easier run. Tuesdays always intervals. Then on Wednesday I did a recovery, which was an hour. So I tried to build in like a Wednesday run, which is a bit longer than just a normal recovery run, just to get like a mid-long run in. Then I had Thursday and Friday off. And then on Saturday I did park run. We were at a wedding on the Friday, so I then incorporated a local park run into that, which was great. It was really like a steady effort, and I managed to sort of pace someone the rest of the way to the finish. So that was a really like a fulfilling run when you're helping someone else out. And then on the Sunday we had the Draycott 20. So Draycott is in rugby sort of way, which is about an hour and 15 minutes away from here, and it's a big lake. They had a 10k, a 10 miler and a 20-mile race going on at the same time, so loads of people from our club went, so that just made it really good that sometimes so it's a lapped course, so when we were doing some of the later laps, other people that were doing the shorter distances were there to cheer us on. I had a really good race. I was a bit apprehensive about it because some of my longer runs I've been really struggling towards the end of them, but actually I felt really good on this. And like one of my mantras in a race is to always try and finish strong. So whether that be like if you're struggling with mindset, you just start to think about like positive thoughts, maybe look at your posture and how you can try and finish strong. You know, sometimes people have got like the hunched shoulders, but if you think about being strong, then you're going to feel stronger as well. So and just try to sort of take the pace a bit like easier at the start to then build the pace up in the last. So because that's like like halfway through the plan, that ended so it ended on week 8. That's quite early for a 20-miler for someone that's say inexperienced with marathons. However, if you've done a few and your base is there, then you can start to build them a bit earlier on. So because it was a 4-lap course, I took 3 of the laps fairly at like an easier pace, something that felt comfortable and that I could chat throughout. And then on the last one I picked up the pace slightly, so that like finishing strong, as I said before, that was a really good thing to do. Week 9 we then headed into when we were out in Italy, and we ran pretty much every day bar one day whilst we were out there. So I had a rest day because we had like an excursion planned, and we kind of factored that in. We did sort of 3 easy runs. One of them I made a bit longer, so it's a bit longer than 10k, so to incorporate like the mid-long run, although 10k is not that much further than some of like easier runs that we did. I did 1 interval session, which was 6 by 3 minutes. Like 3 of them were uphill, 3 of them were downhill, so that's quite good for New York. So New York is quite hills based, it's hillier. So that's why we incorporated the hill repeats into it. Also just because that's how it kind of worked out. Sorrento, it's quite hilly around there. And I did what class is a long run, but I did 10 miles. So not the longest of runs, but because we were away, that was the best that I could do. I probably could have gone on for longer, but it was quite a good pace. It wasn't far off the marathon pace, the 10 miles. So it's always really important as well, another thing to incorporate into your plan. If you're say doing a 16-week plan, every 3 to 4 weeks having a down week, because if you keep progressing and leveling up each time, overloading, something's going to go wrong and it's going to come crashing back down again. So it's really important for the recovery to build up and then take it down and then build up again. If you don't build those foundations properly, then everything's gonna fall apart, and that's kind of where we have injury. So I was really happy with that week. So week 8 was 48.5 miles for the week. Week 9 I ended up on 34 miles, and then this week we are now into week 10. So Monday was our last run in Sorrento. It was an easy run. I was feeling quite tired from just the week itself. Like I was just like I guess I was kind of like relaxed and chilled from the holiday. So I said to James, I was like, I don't want to go too far today, so can we just keep it easy? So that was 4 miles. Tuesday we travelled home, so I had a rest day. Wednesday, oh my god, the run was amazing. I did an hour and that just felt fantastic. And then today, which is Thursday, I've done some intervals. Rest of the plan is I've got an easy run Friday, park run on Saturday, which I'm going to do into a tempo run, and then another long run on Sunday. So there we are with the training so far. Things are picking up a little bit. I feel like fitness is coming back after I've had my little blip of like tiredness and fatigue. So I just think it's really important to like persevere with training. You know, if you're having a few bad weeks, don't worry about it. The most important thing is to not overload and just try and like do everything. Feel like, what I'm trying to say is like, don't do too much because you feel like you've missed out. Just carry on from what the plan said. So that's really important thing for me, is that I just don't want to overtrain and become injured or burn out again too quickly. So looking forward to the next few weeks ahead. We've got 3 more big weeks before 3 weeks worth of taper. We've got a few races coming up, so I will show you those in the next few videos. The next week's 11th instalment will be the autumn run, which is a half marathon. So I'm going to incorporate that with a bit of speed play in there and see how we get on. So thank you for watching. Leave me a comment below, let me know how your training's going, and I'll see you in the next video.